Now we would like to proceed to our first speaker, Prince Ayodeji, who will be speaking about overcoming constraints in your business. Prince Ayodeji Tajuddin is a renowned agribusiness and enterprise development professional with over 20 years of experience in the business. He is driven by passion and commitment to solving the challenges of food security and job creation. His investments cut across the agribusiness value chain, including aquaculture, crops and livestock farming, off-taking and value addition, logistics, marketing, and agro-export promotion. He is the founder and proprietor of Enterprise Grooming Institute, also known as the University of Experience, where job creators are groomed. Popularly known as the Jagaban of Enterprise, his strides in the development of agribusiness, small and medium enterprises in the north central and southwest states of Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. Over to you, Prince Ayodeji.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. As I said, it's my pleasure to be on this opportunity to groom some informal sectors in Nigeria. Some of us have business ideas. Everybody wants to be businessman or woman. But the major thing is they never realize there are some obstacles. Sharing my slides, you will see a man with handshake. What does that mean? Most business people faces various kinds of challenges that makes things difficult for them to survive. Getting this, I always tell my audience or my students, when you are preparing for the best, think for the worst. And what is the way out of the worst? How do I mean? Overcoming these things are so easy. Look at the diagram we are looking at. A man, an image in a box, trying to get out of the box. Two hands being unchained. These are the constraints we are talking about. Most of us, when we are preparing for business, we have good ideas. We never look at how this idea will metamorphose to become the reality. And what will make it, what challenges are we expected to meet? Not having that at the back of our mind makes things difficult. Today, I will show you two things, the two major constraints that hamper development of business. Starting from the internal control, internal constraints. Every business operator thinks of so many things, so many good things that will make their business grow, but they never consider there are some limitations that will make them survive. These limitations can be in form of not getting the loan, not getting customers, not getting what they want. But let me show you internal constraints. 40 logical assumptions. Most of business owners always believe their staffs are the problem. It's logical. Your staff may not be the problem, but you, the owner of the business, may be the problem in your staffing, recruiting the best and not getting who is supposed to be your staff. You believe so much in yourself that it is me, it is my business. No other person can know it better than I do. Indecision, incompetency, failure to face the problem ahead. All these contribute under logical assumption. Another one is trusting or taking advice from wrong people. In Yoruba, in our traditional ways, everybody has business and wants to share his business idea with so many other people. All what they think is all friends are their business friends. Not knowing that the social friends are different from business friends. It's a constraint. Discussing positive with a wrong negative person. No good advice will come out of it. No positive things will be achieved in using a wrong person for the wrong advice. Right advice. Self-inflicted constraints, which consists of what? Lack of accountability. Not hiring a qualified staff. Most of business owners are the cause of their problems. No good human resources department, no good production department, no processing system, no accounting system. This is my business. I will run it the way I want it. It's a constraint and it affects the development of our businesses. Process constraints is another thing. Weak link. This weak link consists of you not getting your stock as at when due. You want to produce 100 bags of rice. You have raw materials that can do 50 bags. It's a problem on its own, and it will affect the success of your business. Moving further to our external factors. Some business owners never look at the economy effect of the state, the marketing effect of their country. For example, no one has control over the market size. No one has control over the customer's attitude. No one has control over the competition. But we as a business owner, we need to project. We need to assume this when we are planning our business very well. Another effect that can be an obstacle in business is when we talk about the stakeholders. When too much stakeholders are having different interests, not the global interest of the organization, it will hinder the growth of the business. Government regulatory system is another problem we are facing. Look at the ban on importation of foreign goods. Some domestic goods we can produce here, there is ban on it that they should not come in, but still, they are still coming in. It's an obstacle. A case study of rice, groundnut oil. There is government policy that says that nobody should bring it into the country. But they are still coming in. And this is affecting the local producers because they don't have what we call economic of scale to get those products at a lesser price. And it will hinder the growth of the business. And this has affected a lot of informal sectors that are in that area. Another one is time. The situation of Nigeria today is timely. Things does not work the way some people plan it. And we need to work in projection with it. Looking at this constraint because of time, to every problem, there's always a solution. Business can face challenges and constraints when moving towards growth and profitability. By focusing on the constraints that you must overcome, plan for a smoother journey. Ensure that that journey does not and will not create further problems in the future. One of the first solutions is know yourself. Most of the business owners never know who they are. There is what we call SWOT analysis. Most of business owners do not do their personal SWOT analysis. What is my strength? What is my weakness? What opportunity do I have? What are the threats that can make me to fail? It is always advisable for you as a businessman before you go into it as a starter or you are already in it as an existing business owner. It is always advisable for you to always know yourself. Knowing yourself makes you to know your customer. What are their demands? Most business owners just open market without knowing where to produce a good product to a wrong customer. It's a major problem. And for you to solve that problem, it is always advisable to know your customers. Look at a case study of the epidemics last year. Most of the tailors in Nigeria left sewing business and they focus attention on what? The nose mask. Why do they move to that? It's because more demands are for what? For the nose mask. You cannot take a right product to a wrong place and believe you have customers. My advice and the way out of it is for you as a business owner to first get your customers right. Don't just say you have the money, you have the experience. If you don't have customers, you don't have the business. And that's why at times I always ask people, why are you in business? Getting profit is not the major reason why you are in business. You are in business, number one, to make what? To solve a social problem. If your business is not solving a social problem, you are not in business. You will always be complaining of no customers. I advise us, all my listeners, always identify your customers. And prepare while you are identifying your customers, prepare for competition. A strong and determined businessman should not run away from competitors. Your competitors will make you to have this, what we call innovativeness and better creativity. As a good businessman, when you are facing the challenges of competition, understudy your competitors. Know why what they are doing that is making them to have business, that is making them to be in business. Understudy it and use that opportunity to do better in your own. A case study of what is happening in the telecommunication in Nigeria. Look at the way the competition is going smoothly and none of the parties involved or the stakeholders are running out of the business. It's because they are determined. You need to be a determined businessman to face competition. Because when you have vision of going into a particular business, have it in mind, 1,001 people are having the same vision. How do you want to reign? How do you want to be recognized? Should be your own ideology. Always plan ahead, and that is why we always say, he that fails to plan, plans to fail. Planning is very, very important in business. You need to always review your plan in accordance to the situation you find yourself. Make a futuristic projection. And when you are making this projection, you need what we call the short-term projection, the medium-term projection, and the long-term projection. If you have this in your plan, nothing will fail your business. As a businessman, for you to overcome the constraints we mentioned earlier, you need to build a competent team. Let your team know your vision. Bring them into your business. Let them see the sense of belonging in your business. Most business owners never see that he is a staff in his organization. Any business owner that sees himself as the owner or as a leader, not as a team player, will not have things easy. A business owner needs to engage competent hands, number one. These competent hands need to be committed. And how do they commit it? Sense of belonging. Give them responsibility and support it with authority. And there must be what we call check and balances. When your team have sense of belonging, the business will never die. The business will continue to grow. No matter constraint that comes in line with the business, it will never go down. You as a business owner, you need to be what we call a jagaban of yourself. And how do I be? Self-improvement. Regular training and training of the trainers. You as the business owner, you have a lot of things on your head. You think a lot. Your subordinates are looking at you as their mirror. Who are you looking at? You look at God. And not only God. God will not come from heaven. Rather, you need to do a self-improvement. Train yourself. Get being trained so that they can get you trained also. And do a regular training for your people. And lastly, make the best of your financing. I would like to borrow from FCNU, their products. They have so many products for we, the small and medium entrepreneurs, most especially for the informal sector. How are you taking opportunity of this financing? And one thing, before you go for financing, you need to know, why do I need this money? What is the purpose of this money? And how do I need to manage this money? What record do you keep to sustain this money not to become a bad loan? Knowing this, your challenges, your constraints will become a thing of the past. And I would like to say once again, thank you for this opportunity to be part of this scaling up the informal sector. God bless FCMB. Thank you.
CMB, my bank and I.